I am very excited to interview my guest today, all the way from down under, Melbourne, Australia, Leitu Mailata. Born in Samoa, grew up in New Zealand and Samoa, but you also have connections to the Aloha State. You lived your younger years here in Hawaii. Was it on Oahu or another island?
Oahu, yes.
Oahu, okay. And married
I was
and
in, yeah.
raising two daughters. I love these ages, 12 and 16. So the question for you is how do you deal with all of the challenges? And I mean, there are blessings, but I think 12 and 16 are probably providing us as mothers learning opportunities, right? Testing your
Right.
patience and
Yes.
just trying to keep your sanity. So, any advice on how you are navigating these wonderful teen years?
Any advice? um, ugh, I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just say, yes, there are a lot of challenges. I think for me is pretty much just thinking first about the situation and just not overreacting because for me, I kind of tend to stress a lot. And recently, I've just learned that my 16-year-old, I've just recently learned that she's sort of like getting into the dating or into the boys side of things and stuff like that. And I've kind of learned to sort of just listen and just let go because we've all been there. We've all
Mm-hmm.
been there at that age as well. So you kind of sort of like reflect back in your days and think, okay, how was I at that age? How can I deal with it now? And it's totally different. Like the generation these days is totally different. And I find it like it's a lot harder for them, which will become a lot harder for us parents. So I've
Definitely.
kind of learned to let go and just listen. Let go and listen. We can only encourage and give them advice, guide them, speak life into them. But at the end of the day, they will make the decisions. They already know right from wrong. We've already taught them that. Um, they already know right from wrong. They know what to do. And that will hopefully eventually stick with them and
Mm-hmm.
they'll make that right decision. But I've kind of learned just to let go. It's not worth stressing over. It really isn't. And this is just recently. So it's kind of helped me now. And I've learned a lot from just doing that.
Is it different parenting than you normal though? Because something similar happened to my daughter who's 18, super shy. And then we found out during the pandemic that she actually um, met a boy, which she knew from the Big Island, the Leo Club convention, and we thought we're safe. He's in Eva, but his grandma lives in Mililani.
Mm. Sorry, I kind of broke up there in the
Oh,
beginning. Yeah.
but how do you think it's different? I was asking in the new normal, the whole pandemic and worried about, it's not like even a year ago, we didn't have to worry about the whole wearing masks and doing the distance. How is it in Australia? Are you guys pretty you know, it's different,
So
isn't it?
restrictions, it is. It's been really hard this year. It's only just some restrictions have just been lifted. So now we're sort of like able to sort of freely go out further within Melbourne. But with the, are you
What
just
about
sorry? I'm
schools?
sorry.
Are
Sorry.
schools open? Are schools open? Are your daughters physically
Yes.
Oh, that makes a big
Yes.
difference.
Just recently, just about a month ago, it's just open.
Full
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
They're going full time.
Totally. Full time.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, because we're just doing distance learning here, which has its own well, it's kind of safe for parents, but then
Mhm.
it with internet, social media, right, texting.
Yeah. That's it. So it's only just opened up recently, just about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. that they're back in school full time. So yeah.
So does it increase your stress? Does it increase your stress level?
Not really. It
Wow.
doesn't. I try not to think about it. That's the thing, because she's been more open with me now.
Oh, that's
So
good.
yeah. So I try not to think about it. I just go about my day. If she needs to talk to me about something, she will.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask her questions, and if she's okay, if she's all right, if there's anything she want to discuss and stuff like that. And yeah, it's a yes or no. But other than that, no. I've learned to let it go.
What is that secret though? Because I'm having a lot of moms say, I can't let it go. They're having like sleepless nights. They are, especially when it comes to grades,
Hmm.
or just control because they do not feel, I guess they don't trust in their child's journey because
Hmm.
there are all these negative scenarios. So I'm learning, yeah, to deep breathe, let it go, and not focus on these negative what ifs because
Yeah.
that's going to drive us
Mm.
crazy. How do
I
you do
don't think there is a secret. I just think for myself, I think because of the fact I've gone through a lot with her, that I've tend to learn so much from it, that I've kind of like just put everything together and then just thought, okay, what can I do with it? How can I overcome all this and prevent any sort of stress
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
within, for myself? And I think that's exactly what it is. The fact that I've gone through so much that it's just like, oh my gosh, stop, just stop, just stop. That I'm like, wait,
It's
there's no need
self-induced,
for all
right?
that.
It's
Just
self-induced
stop,
stress.
slow down,
Yes.
listen. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's like, I hate feeling this way, so I'm going to do something about it. And although, as much as parents, as much as we don't agree with what they're doing or what they want to do or whatever it is, it's like, we can't. We just need to stop, relax, slow down, and just think of it. Just think clearly, like, what can I get out of it for myself? Like, I don't want to stress. Okay, so what can I do about that? Talk to her. Let it go. If you don't agree, you just express yourself to her. And that's it.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
express what your thoughts are, how you're feeling, and then hopefully it'll kick in and she'll be like, okay, right, all right, I'll do something about it. Not now, but hopefully it'll
Mm-hmm.
kick in, it'll sink in, and they will apply it.
Well, I
And
love
it
how you
has.
just said it has. And isn't it, do you find because you're not reacting? I think when we don't
Yes.
react, it totally changes how
Yeah,
they communicate to us.
you're exactly right. That's exactly what it is. It's the reaction. Like, every now and then I'll be like, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, no, no, we're not
Yeah.
doing that. But that's exactly right. It's the reaction. It's how you react to what they're trying to tell you or what they're trying to share with you, and they're like, oh, this is exactly why I don't want to tell you. And then you're like, oh
Right.
no,
When you hear those words, isn't that like a real big
yes.
alarm? Okay, if I continue to react, they won't share. But it sounds like your daughter's feeling more comfortable sharing.
Yeah, she is. She has been more open with me. And I mean, there will be times where she'll snap and stuff like that. And it's like, I have to turn the cheek and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. But yeah. And then
But
after that, you forget it, It's like you go on about your day, you carry on. It's like, oh, that just happened. Okay, I forgot that happened. But yeah,
one is the hormones, right? Especially that the teenage hormone roller coaster, right? I mean, how's your
that's
younger
it.
one? Are their personalities different?
She's good. She's the total opposite, but she tends to snap as well. Like, the way she doesn't know it. Sometimes she's like, oh, I just kind of just barked at my mum. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Sort of a thing. Like, when she does, I'm like, where did that come from? Like, like, don't do that. But she kind of notices, but it's after the fact though. And she's like, oh, she's sort of like, oh, just did that. But she's okay. She's still growing. I'm practicing for that round. So
Right, round two, you'll be
that's it.
way more prepared.
That's it. So she's okay for now, but yeah, we'll take one at a time.
One at a time. So what do you think was the
Yeah,
most
that's it.
surprising, maybe? Because I think no mom is prepared, to do this journey. And what do you think? I just saw someone, I think she was in her late 30s, and she said, I want to have 5 kids. I just really want to have 5 kids. And I think all of us who have one or two are thinking, yeah, you don't know. You don't know what 5 kids will do.
That's
Is there
it.
something that you find maybe is a little something that you didn't expect? I know I didn't expect to require so much patience. I mean, I know some people who aren't moms are like, oh, I thought you just told them what to do and they just do it. I said, no, it doesn't
No,
work
not
that
really.
way.
No, I like that one. Patience, definitely patience. You have to have a lot of it. Like when they're younger, it's like all fun, they're cute and everything. I mean, they still are, but they slowly grow out of that and become, they're in the next phase of growing,
Mm-hmm.
of their growth. And then patience, it's something that I definitely don't have, but it's definitely something that I've kind of um, started applying recently as well.
Well, and
um,
I find, I mean, do you find that when you do the letting go, then you're able to practice patience because you're not internalizing it, as much like when you said let it go. I've noticed moms say, well, how can I let go? But
mm,
maybe if you choose peace instead of sanity, and that's my thing. I finally, like you just get so tired of just worrying all the time and feeling stressed. And then you wonder, wait a
yes,
minute, we're doing it to ourselves. Mothers do it too.
that's it. That's it. Well, we're doing it to ourselves. It's like, well, then do something about it. And that's exactly what you need to do is stop, think, and then is your reaction going to help your child or,
Yes,
you know, or is it going to help you? Like it'll help you, but not in a good way.
right. Exactly. You might
Also, it won't help your child
explode.
as well because that will drive them
Right.
away even more.
Yeah,
That's it. And then
exactly.
that's exactly you stop and think, is my reaction going to, or, because we don't know how they're feeling. They could come back, their reaction could be different and it'll affect them. And we don't know what way though. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's really important to think about that as parents because they may say one thing, but deep down they're feeling something else. And that's what I'm afraid of. So that's why I'm like, oh, I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to listen and just let it go. And I will advise them if I
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
need to.
Well,
Yeah.
recently there have been an
Very
increase
important.
in, like suicide rates or depression, anxiety, and then we're starting to realize, I mean, it really is up to us, right, to
Mm,
empower them. I mean, do you notice, when they're about to have their period or they're just, sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes
yeah,
it's
yeah.
serious. I think just hormonal.
That's it,
It's
exactly.
just
And that's what
hormonal.
I mean about generations these days. It's totally different from from back in our days, like no electronics
Yes.
and then if we would get in trouble and stuff like that, we'd get in trouble, we'd be able to handle that. These days they can't handle that. It's like, oh my gosh, fine, I'm gonna go do this, do this, do this. It's like, really? These days it's really hard, and that's why we need to stop and think about how we react to our children, to our teenagers, because they're living in a world full of influences and social
Mm,
media. They watch too much of this and that, and then they want to try and apply it to themselves. It's like, oh, geez.
so
And
much
that's why it's,
pressure. Yeah, so much
that's it. And that's why
pressure.
it's so important to listen and to have that patience with them, because the last thing we want is something that we don't want. You know what I mean? We don't
Yes. Yes.
We're going to have regrets and stuff like that. So yeah, don't do it to yourself. Do not do it to yourself.
Perfect words, because I love how you said just stop and then think and then react.
Mm,
I think we stop and then react. We forget we
that's
forget
it. We
that
forget
very
the middle part.
important.
That's it.
Well, because once that I just learned that you have 90 seconds, when you have that anger, and you can actually stop it if you do pause and think. But what happens is that we replay it, and then we just end up reacting because we feel it, and it's so strong that in the middle of it, you want to stop, but you can't, because
Yeah,
once you release all those, right?
yeah, that's it. There's no room for anything else. You just carry on. Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever apologized when you did have a little emotional reaction?
Yeah, when I feel like I was in the wrong, then yes, I will.
That's a new
I will
thing.
apologize. Yes, if I feel like
That's a
if
new
I
thing
feel
for
like I
me.
was in the wrong, then yes, I will.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's amazing, because sometimes I think it's either ego based, or you just
yeah,
can't find it within. But I
yeah,
notice that when we are able to be, right, just apologetic and just really own it,
yeah.
it affects
Because
how
then that's it. Because then they'll see the same thing, and then they'll go off of that as well.
right, right.
Because they see that
Wow.
their mother's being apologetic, and then they're able to apply that as well as they get older. Yeah.
Definitely. I
So
think
it
that
all
would
comes.
sorry? It all
No, sorry, carry on.
Oh, no, no, you said it all comes down to what you were saying. I wanted you to finish that statement. You said it all comes down to, I guess, when we
Oh, so
apologize.
so yeah, so they'll see that in their parents when they watch their parents do things that we want them to sort of apply in their lives as they grow
Do you
older. So
remember
our actions and our words in that will have
do you remember seeing your parents apologize? I've never seen my parents ever apologize, so I didn't know even
no.
how to apologize until I was in my
No,
30s.
I'm thinking about that now. No, I don't think so.
I don't think the older generations did. I don't know if their ego was more than, or maybe they didn't realize, the importance of
Yeah, yeah,
apologizing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No, you're absolutely right. I know.
so lastly, this is just I love everything that you've said, because I think it is a reminder. No one ever actually has said just like stop, think, before you react. I mean, we have different ways of
Mm,
coping, and I think sometimes we just don't know. You're in that stuck phase.
yeah.
So before we end, I was just curious to know, do you sometimes wonder how they're going to be like when they're like in their 20s or 30s, you ever
All the time.
contemplate?
All the time. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what to expect then. Yeah, I do all the time. I always think they're like, are they gonna be like me? I'm gonna be like the father, are they gonna be totally different? And I'm hoping that they'll be totally different in their own way. At the same time, I'm like, I hope they're good people, kind. Um, they'll be kind to me when I get older.
Right, right. That's our goal, right? To please
Yeah,
take care of us when we're old.
to take care of me. Will they still be at home, helping me with my bills,
Do you
and
ever
things like that. Of course, all the time. But at the same time, I
uh-huh.
want them to grow and flourish.
Do you
Yeah,
try to
flourish their own
trust?
way. And
Do you trust
do
in
I?
their journey? Do you try to find yourself to
Yes,
trust?
I do. Yes, I do. I do. I really, really do. So, um, I'm just trying to learn to trust in their journey, whether I agree with it or not, or I don't like it or whatnot. Support them wholeheartedly, doesn't matter what it is, and just be there for them. That's
Yeah,
it.
I think that's the bottom line, isn't it? To just be there. I've read the number one role that we play is just to love them no matter what. But I
That's
think
it.
sometimes, depending on that, no matter what, we just find it a
Yeah,
little,
sometimes you've got to. give them room just to grow themselves as well, and just to watch them, and sort of like just jump in when you need to jump in, sort of a thing. But then other than that, they need to grow on their own and see for themselves as well.
Definitely. Definitely. Wow. Well, thank you so much. I know it's Saturday, right? In Australia. It's still Friday night here. We're still Friday the 13th. Well, enjoy your weekend. This was fun, and I just really appreciate you taking the time to share. And I think every parent can benefit from, learning by listening to
Yeah,
how the others are just raising our kids and just facing the challenges, because
yeah.
it is not an easy journey, and it's just something that I think we
No,
can
but yeah.
learn, right? Yeah, but wow. Well, thank
That's
you.
it. That's it. No
Yeah.
worries. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Appreciate this.
you. And I'll be seeing you on Instagram. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. All
Okay,
right. Bye.
bye.